Welcome back. 11 minutes after the hour. If you watch Fox Wilmington, you know two things. We enjoy the bump shot, and we also enjoy Ryan PC Trimble. So much so, we brought him out of the cube, out of the little box that he calls home for the show, to talk about what's trending. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. I appreciate that. One day I should do a trending back from the cube. Just
Well,
so
yeah, we could do a talk back.
We could do that now.
Have the viewers ever seen the cube?
I think they've seen part of it. They haven't seen my section of it.
Right.
Because after this segment, there's no need to see me anymore in the show.
Well, that's not true. We'd have to bring in lighting, though. That's the one thing, and we'd have to light that.
We have the technology, though. We could do it. We don't have to.
I smell a new
It could just be like a shadowy. Ryan in the Shadows is the new segment. We just randomly cut to me. We don't need that. But what people do need is the Apple conference, which is kicking off today in San Francisco. And it's called the Worldwide Developers Conference. And this event is going to reveal all kinds of brand new Apple products and services that will surely cost more money than they're worth.
Strudel? They can introduce a strudel?
Hopefully. Is that what you heard?
Well, yeah, like an apple strudel?
Apple strudel, it might be. Who knows? And analysts expect Apple will finally announce an iOS 8 and a new version which is a new version of the operating system behind iPhones and iPads. We could also see a new line of Macs and perhaps learn more about this rumored Apple Connected Home, which is a system for households that we don't really know anything about. And Apple is expected to show off their newest iPhone not today, but sometime in August.
It's always an event.
I hear that it's plated in gold.
And you have to find it. You have to go on a quest to find it.
Yeah, you have to follow Twitter and go to like a fire hydrant somewhere, and
then when you do,
there's your new iPhone.
It's exactly like the last one, but you spent $400 more on it. I'm very bitter towards Apple.
I've started to get used to it. I was an Android guy for so long, but I take what they give us at work. So I'm getting used to it. The one thing I do really appreciate about an iPhone, and this is not an endorsement because I'm not. I mean, I take money. Boy, when you shoot video with an iPhone and send it, it's like that. I feel like that's the one thing they really have on Android.
Now, is that the network, or is that the
No, it's like the compression rate of
really?
the file. Yeah, because I can send a video and an email. People don't care about this. I can send video and an email and it works.
Well, see, I
couldn't do that before.
Galaxy S4 has been able to do the same exact thing.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay. Because I had the S3 and I couldn't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I am not paid either, but I will accept money.
Sure.
But I have nothing but praise for this Galaxy, and it sends video and pictures so quickly. It's amazing.
I've got a weather clicker.
That's
what I brought to the table. I've got two iPhones, though, the work one and a personal one. Speedy little things. I think you stumbled on something, though, with the strudel.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see
Apple
Apple releasing a line of products
I'd be all
named
in.
after real Apple products, like cobbler and pie and whatnot.
Yeah, because the Android, they do like ice cream sandwich
desserts.
and jelly bean.
Yeah.
So
we may have some. I'll just piggyback off
it's
your idea.
Forward thinking is what we bring.
Right.
B. Bonner and G. Medwick at foxwillington.com. If any representatives from Apple want to contact them, there you go. So our next story is, some dance crazes flare up real quick and then die, and some burn steady for a long time.
Macarena.
Yes, which I love. I listened to Macarena the other day, actually.
Why?
Wow.
Because I like it. I like that song.
Ryan.
I used to know all the lyrics in Spanish, too.
I just said I spoke highly of you at dinner, and I recant that now.
They don't have to know that I, at one point, knew all the Spanish lyrics to Macarena. It doesn't matter. What does matter is Gangnam Style, which apparently, for some reason, is not losing any steam since it was first uploaded nearly 2 years ago. Because today, it just passed the 2 billion mark on YouTube. That's billion. 2 billion times this stupid video has been watched. And so far, it has been watched 100 million times just this year.
Yeah, and it's June 2nd.
And people need to
and the funny thing is, I watched it once for the first time. I mean, I'd say within 3 weeks ago, and I noticed that it was like, wow, over 1 billion people have watched this.
Why?
I think my click was probably around April of last year. Would that make sense?
Yeah,
sure.
It feels like it would.
2012 it came out?
I haven't looked at it since 2012.
It's probably my click. It would be in the system. But is it a case of maybe it's like kind of circulating the world, now like different continents are really
I don't know.
Is it popular in Argentina now? Is that where it's really peaking?
It was weird because obviously, it started in Korea and they knew about it way before we ever found it. But then we found it over the summer of 2012. And I remember these dates because I went to France. I spent the fall of 2012 in France, and they just got it in the fall of 2012. And it was like from November to December. That was all people listened to in France.
It was
horrible.
We both have little kids. When you saw at the time 5-year-olds, singing it,
Yeah.
and you knew, like, all right, well,
Yeah.
this isn't going to go away.
Well, if your
like the
5-year-old has
Frozen
to
song.
sing, I was gonna say, what would you choose? Would you pick Let It Go, or would you pick Gangnam Style? If you had to have one only for like a day,
It's not. To hear.
to hear
from-
your kids singing.
I'll take Frozen
Take
for
Frozen.
100. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Make
it's
it 2.
and Frozen I can understand.
Exactly.
I don't know the lead. I just know the.
It's about a neighborhood. Did you know that?
I didn't.
It is about a fancy neighborhood in part of Seoul. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Fox Wilmington, educational.
See? And I'll say, okay, so for our last story, it's very educational.
Okay.
Because I don't know anything about it. And Mr. Gannon is going to tell us all about it. It was your story from the 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Producer Big Steve
the dogs.
hooking me up with some stories here, and this one's got not billion with a B, but 350 cool million views on YouTube. My initial reaction was like, awesome, dogs, because I love dogs. But then my secondary reaction was like, are these dogs, are they okay?
What-
And
There's some of
apparently
them just
they're
getting
doing
after
great.
it.
This is a guy, he's got a ton of dogs, and he exercises them on paw-powered treadmills. So the treadmills aren't moving without the dogs, none of that nonsense. But, they're just getting their exercise, running around. And then there's a tetherball situation out front, which only makes it better. Like, look at the little Boston Terriers. And,
I hear after
oh my
lunch they
gosh.
play Foursquare.
That's right. If they don't, they should. And the tetherball, I mean, you only see it once or twice. But and there's the dude.
there he is.
Yeah.
He even gets a little exercise.
Where is this again? Do we know?
It's on the
The
internet.
woods.
Besides somewhere magical.
The woods.
Right. I mean, and he says that he just couldn't keep up with all his dogs otherwise, but they're happy, they're healthy, they're adjusted, and
It's neat.
got
That's a
some
good,
negative reviews.
It
I
works for
guess,
hamsters.
but overall,
you put them in the
positive.
wheel.
And what are dogs really but just giant hamsters,
Well,
right? I don't have a dog. So.
Ryan likes cats.
I do. I grew up with dogs and cats, but I only have one cat, Roger. Hello, Roger. You are not watching because you're a cat, but hi.
You're talking to a cat right now.
I have had entire conversations with my cat, and he answers back. He's a very upset British man, and he doesn't understand the modern world.
What would he be doing right now if he saw your likeness on TV and your voice coming
He
through
would
the
probably
TV?
say, "Oh, Father, you're being very silly today. You mustn't do such folly." I'd say, "Roger, have fun." And he would say, "Feed me, Father. I'm very hungry."
I'm a little frightened right now.
Sophisticated sound.
He's very sophisticated. He's very busy. That's the most important thing. He has a lot going on.
Busy.
He's very busy.
I'm sure he doesn't have a treadmill though.
He does not.
Okay.
He does not have a treadmill.
Okay.
He has an iPhone.
No, he has an Android.
I was trying to bring it all back.
Let's chill out with a look at the beach forecast for today. Upper 70s for the east-facing beaches. East wind elevating the risk of rip currents. That's news over the weekend. And still watch the local flags if they're out on the east-facing beaches, especially today. South-facing beaches, also a nice day in Brunswick County. Staying on the inland side, you're heading off to work, headed out to school. 50s now, upper 70s and low 80s later today. How about that forecast for June 2nd? We virtually have no humidity, gentlemen.
I love that.
Sold.